Welcome to Channel 44. I am Masiga Shegusimbatia to bring you this morning's news update live here on Channel 44. I'll be joined later on by Livingstone Kawesi for sign language interpretation and translation. We'll start with what's happening around us today. Top schools relax cut-off points for Senior 1. The country's Ivy League schools have relaxed entry points, while others have set a bar higher than last year in a selection exercise that might see more students admitted to secondary school. They bring you the Senior 1 cut-off points and school fees of different schools. They bring you King's College Buddo. For boys, they will admit those that got 4 aggregates and girls 6 aggregates. School fees is 2,553,000. Chivuli SS 6 for boys, 7 for girls, 2 million. Immaculate Heart Girls School 6 for girls, 1.3. Mengo SS 6 for boys, 7 for girls, 1.470 school fees. Lady Gayaza 7 for boys, 7 for girls, 1.9. Gombe SS 6 for boys, 7 for girls, 1.5. School fees. Ginger College 8 and 900,000 school fees. Barara High School 7 for boys, 1.8. Iganga SS, which is a girls' school, is 1.2, and they admit 8 aggregates. Masaka SS 8 for boys, 9 for girls, 820,000, and many other schools. The full list story on page 4 and page 5 of today's Daily Monitor. Moving on, Kasaija disowns Amongi on a 6 billion pay claim. The Finance Minister Matia Kasaija has said that it was wrong for his Labour counterpart Betty Amongi to ask for 6 billion from the National Social Security Fund. And also government to increase pay for LCs. That's according to Minister Raphael Majezi, who says they are planning to revise the salary structure of local government leaders. And then there are job opportunities in today's Daily Monitor at NMG, Enabel World Food Program, UNOC Algeria, Save the Children, USMA, FHI, and very many other places. Get yourself a copy and get a job somewhere. In today's New Vision, entry points for S1 raised. They also bring you King's College Wooddow, Mengo SS Immaculate Heart Gayaza High School. Learners' identification numbers are must for S1 admission in today's New Vision. The New Vision also brings you a segment of Harvest Money. All you need to know about next week's Expo. Workers' House title missing in the NSSF probe. Green Schools, teachers excited about the project. And also UNOC pays 574 million for oil license. And they bring you a guide, skills your child must acquire from their schools, all in today's New Vision. Get yourself a copy and get these stories and more, and you get to know what's happening in our nation. Well, we'll now go straight into our international news segment. I'll now be joined by Livingstone Kawesi for sign language interpretation and translation. There have never been a visit like it, and it has been years in planning. That's according to the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, who said, according Pope and an Archbishop of Canterbury make a foreign trip together for the first time in history, joined by the most senior figure in the Church of Scotland. According to Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, this will be a historic visit, and after centuries of division, leaders of 3 different parts of the country of the church are coming together in an unprecedented way. Their mission is to bring hope and to encourage peace, to bring hope and to encourage leaders to find a lasting peace in South Sudan. According to the Reverend Lane Greenshields, the moderator of the General Assembly of the Church of Scotland, they pray that this visit will be a catalyst for the leaders of South Sudan to focus on what unites them and not what divides them, for they are all loved equally in the eyes of the Lord. This trip comes at a time when the country is suffering severe political instability, its people facing crushing poverty, and many observers are viewing the outlook as bleak. Still in Africa, Burkina Faso's Prime Minister Apollinaire Tchelem Ditambela has suggested that the country should form a federation with neighboring Mali. He said the economies of both countries were based on cotton, cattle, and gold, and forming a common market would provide more financial clout. Both countries are military-led and fighting Islamist insurgencies. They have also recently ordered the French military to withdraw. Mali has invited in Russian Wagner Group mercenaries. Meanwhile, Burkina Faso is reportedly considering the idea. There has been no response from Mali to the suggestion. The two landlocked Sahel countries rank among the world's poorest nations in the world and have remained politically unstable since independence from France in 1960. In Europe, Vladimir Putin has compared Russia's invasion of Ukraine to the fight against Nazi Germany in a speech to mark the 80th birthday of the conclusion of the Battle of Stalingrad. Citing Germany's decision to send tanks to Ukraine, the Russian president said history was repeating itself. Germany is one of the many countries helping Ukraine defend its territory. He said it's unbelievable but true that they are again being threatened by German Leopard tanks. Russia launched its bloody full-scale invasion almost 1 year ago, prompting Western countries to send weapons and aid to the government in Kyiv. Elsewhere, a Brazilian senator had said the country's former leader, Jair Bolsonaro, was at a meeting about a plot to keep him in power. Marcos Daval has alleged he was asked to get the head of the Electoral Authority to compromise himself to discredit the presidential election. Mr. Bolsonaro narrowly lost October's vote, prompting unsubstantiated claims by his supporters of voting fraud. His son has admitted the meeting took place but denies a crime was committed. Mr. Doval told a news conference yesterday that he was invited to a meeting on the 9th of December with Mr. Bolsonaro by Daniel Silveira, a former lawmaker and a close ally of the former president. This was more than a month after Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva had won the election and 3 days before his presidency was formally approved. Israel and Sudan will sign a historic peace agreement in Washington in a few months' time, according to Israel's foreign minister, following talks in Khartoum. Eli Cohen said the text of agreement was finalized during his one-day visit to see Sudanese leader Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. Sudan agreed 2 years ago to normalize relations with Israel, but a deal has never been implemented. It would become the latest Arab League country to establish such ties. The UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco have officially normalized relations with Israel since 2020 as part of the US-brokered Abraham Accords. In the world of business, Apple sales dropped at the end of 2022 as shoppers squeezed by the rising cost of living cut back their purchases. Sales of the iPhone giant fell 5% in the 3 months to December compared with the same period in 2021. It was the biggest decline since 2019 and worse than expected. The update came as many firms warn about a sharp economic slowdown, especially in the tech sector, which boomed during the pandemic. Apple boss Tim Cook said the firm was navigating a challenging environment. And the U.S. is tracking a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that has been spotted flying over sensitive sites in recent days. Defense officials said they were confident the high-altitude surveillance balloon belonged to China. It was most recently seen above the western state of Montana, but the military leaders decided again as shooting it down as there were concerns over the danger of falling debris. China has not yet commented. Meanwhile, Canada said today that it was monitoring a potential second incident involving a surveillance balloon, but did not say which country could be behind it. It said in a statement that it is working closely with the US to safeguard Canada's sensitive information from foreign intelligence threats. And finally, up to 40 countries could boycott the next Olympic Games, making the whole event pointless, according to Poland's Sport and Tourism Minister Kamil. His comments came after Poland, Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia jointly rejected an International Olympic Committee (IOC) plan to allow Russians and Belarusians to compete in 2024. He said he believed it would be possible to build a coalition of 40 countries, including Great Britain, the United States of America, and Canada, to support a bloc on the IOC's plan before a meeting on the 10th of February. Well, that brings us to the end of this morning's news update. Thank you for watching Channel 44. I remind you that tonight is Miracle Overnight here at the Miracle Center Cathedral, and I invite you to come and join us. Come experience a great touch from the Holy Spirit here in the presence of God. There are very many encounters we have. There will be dream interpretation, healing of the sick. There will be great praise and worship and a great time in the presence of God. Come and hear testimonies of people that have been impacted by God in this place. God bless you. Enjoy your morning. The Pastors Now program is coming up next. Stay tuned to Channel 44. We'll meet again at 12:45. Enjoy your morning.